Percy Jackson and the Lightning Sith, weapons play a pivotal role. That's why we want to learn more about them. These legendary weapons are as iconic as the heroes and gods who wield them and hold tales of both conquest and tragedy. Let's delve into the fascinating world of weapons in Greek mythology and explore the stories behind these remarkable armaments. The aegis was one of the weapons created by Hephaestus, the blacksmith of the gods. This mythological weapon was a polished shield of brass that was also referred to as a brass and a mirror. It not only protected the bearer but could also be used as a weapon. Zeus, Perseus, and especially Athena used the aegis at one time or another. After Perseus beheaded Medusa, her head was forged on the aegis to make it even more powerful. Zeus' thunderbolt was an actual weapon and not just lightning and thunder he could generate out of his hands. The thunderbolt was given to Zeus by the Cyclopes after he freed them and killed his own father and the Cyclopes' children, Cronus. Zeus' thunderbolt was without doubt the most powerful weapon and item in all of Greek mythology. Zeus could shoot out unstoppable thunderbolts. With it, they could destroy and kill everything in their path. In fact, Zeus accomplished one of his greatest feats with the help of his thunderbolts by killing the giant serpent Typhon, who was sent to kill Zeus by Gaia as revenge of the murder of Cronus. And then, let's welcome the next person.
Hi everyone, I'm Zhong Xuan. In this section, I will introduce 3 weapons. They are Poseidon's trident, Hades' bident, and Hermes' caduceus. Poseidon's trident was created by the blacksmith god Hephaestus with help from the Cyclops, and it was a gorgeous and perfectly sharp weapon that Poseidon would rarely be seen without. By slamming the trident down, Poseidon was able to generate giant tsunami waves that could sink large armadas or ships or flood entire islands. The weapon could also cause earthquakes or pierce any shield or armor. Hades' helmet, also known as Cap of Invisibility, has the ability to turn anybody who is wearing it invisible. The Cap of the Invisibility is believed to be the final master move in the battle between the Olympians and the Titans. The god of darkness and the underworld wore the helmet to become invisible and enter the very camp of the Titans. While visible, Hades destroyed the weapons of the Titans as well as their armament. Without their weapons, the Titans lost their ability to fight and the battle ended right there and then. Zeus gave Hermes the caduceus, a short but magical staff that shaped as 2 interwoven serpents with 2 small wings at the top. The snakes were meant to represent Hermes' adaptability and the wings, his speed as a messenger. The caduceus wasn't capable of creating earthquakes or firing thunderbolts, but it was quite a unique weapon. Nonetheless, it had the ability to force people into sleep or even into a coma, as well as to wake them up if necessary. In some myths, the caduceus was also carried by Iris, Hera's personal messenger. And now, let's welcome the last presenter, Liang Ziyou.
Hello everyone, I am Liang Ziyou. I am going to introduce Chronos-sized Apollo ball and Eros ball. Chronos-size is 6 foot long, blade curved like a crescent moon, with a thick handle wrapped in leather. The blade of the scythe is made from the same material as backbeater, meaning that it is a mix of tempered steel and celestial bronze. The scythe was initially forged by Gaia with metals from her own body, for her one Titan child who would dare to wield it against Uranus. Kronos brutally castrated his father with the scythe and proceeded to slice him into 1,000 pieces. His siblings would take to rarely visiting him, as they feared his wrath and infamous scythe. Since Zeus defeated Kronos and threw him into Tartarus, Kronos' scythe is either in Tartarus together with its owner, or is lost somewhere on earth. His victory over Python gave him a reputation for victory in battle. Later, Apollo sided with Troy in the Trojan War. As his primary weapon, he shot bows full of the plague into Greek encampments. This act shows one of the earliest examples of the biological warfare as a tool used in battle. As lore would have it, Apollo's arrows were crafted from sunlight and could cause both health and famine at his will. Eros was the Greek god of love and sex, and an earlier equivalent of the Roman god Cupid. Whatever the case, Eros' most famous possession was his bow, a weapon that he used to make love, not war. The bow was sometimes said to generate its own arrows or to shoot a single arrow that then returned to arrows. Either way, a common misconception is that arrows were used only to make people love somebody. They could do that, of course, but they could also force people to hate the first person they saw after being shot too. As you can see, there were many famous weapons in Greek mythology. These weapons were often associated with certain gods and goddesses. The weapons were also a big part of certain stories. These weapons are as much a part of the stories as the gods and goddesses themselves. That's all for our part. Thanks for listening.